a really big deal was getting your client data organized. So the transition team gives you a spreadsheet and says, here's what we need. If you give us this good data, we can, get you going with paperwork and all that stuff. And so it was we have a CRM, we use Redtail. So we did a big import or export out of that and tried to put it in the format that you got to make sure you got all that data correct and you have the right IPSs in place and all that stuff. And so, I mean, it was a challenge, but it wasn't like something that was life altering to go through. But I would say it was really good for us because what wasn't good data, we made good data through the process. You're kind of forced to do that. And I would say that was the biggest help. And then we just scrub through, all right, what else do we need? And then once you have all that and you're sitting DocuSigns out, then it's just a meeting every week of, all right, here's the list that hasn't signed. And so we just as a team would contact those people. And I'm sure it's how you guys did it too, but we just had weekly meetings with our team, with Nida and Leah and Ben and Lauren on our end from the service team. And it worked really well. That first meeting, we were like, how the heck are we going to get this done? But then it wasn't too many meetings after that when we were done. So.
Yeah, Tim, I remember when we were going through that and we got toward the end, you made the comment that actually this was great because we had to clean up a bunch of bad data that we didn't have in order. And that if we get audited or we get run through, this was a great way to have everything really clean. The other thing that you guys did, and Tim specifically, you guys is we're going to do a data conversion, bringing over performance history from your old provider. Something that, can be a sticking point for some firms. Can you maybe just talk about that process and what your thoughts were going into that as well?
Yeah, that was a really big deal for me because especially when you're in the middle of a down market, when you start this, you're like, all right, we need those returns from 8 years ago. We need to let people know they have made money. But there's Chris, is it Van Houten?
Correct. Yeah.
So he specifically is helping us through that. And I think we're just about there, but it's a process that I'm glad he does for us because he literally pulled every account has a file for every day, I think, built in these custodians. And so they've got to pull all that and put it in our situation in Orion so that when somebody logs in, it doesn't just give them a performance history back to when they signed on with Buckingham. So that's that. And I've had a lot of clients ask about that. So I'm thankful for that. And I think we're pretty close on getting that squared away. And that didn't start till later in the process. We had to get everybody transitioned first, and then you do the data dump on that side of things. So.
Yeah, we run in parallel for a short time just to make sure that the data maintains accuracy